It just, if the players were able to play without like any pressure or something, I think they could be really, really good. But because of all the expectations, because it's TSM and the fan base is so rabid, like I think they just lose the mental game every day. Like I think across the board they have like solid players, but they lose because they have like no teamwork. And yeah, that's the tragedy of TSM.
I respect it. I will say though, going up against Broken Blade, who loves to play carries, Yasuo actually destroys Yorick. It is statistically the best matchup in the game against Yorick. Yasuo is actually very good on this patch. I would love to see something aggressive like a Yasuo, like a Renekton. You know, these sorts of picks can absolutely blast Yorick.
Well, we'll start things off with Thresh here for Smoothie, who is going to forego his Alistar today to take a different engaged playmaking champion into the mix. TSM, of course, still have the options. I do like Yasuo as potential, but we'll see if they want to start the draft off a little more slowly.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get to see it, but I do think that Yorick blind pick first pick is super punishable. But the other team has to be willing to play something risky. The champions that do beat Yorick are more high variance champions, right? Carries that have dashes, carries that can actually ignore his cage, be able to easily AoE and deal with the ghouls. We'll see if they're going to go for anything like that, because if you do just put him into a fairly standard matchup, I think Yorick does well into most meta champions. He is highest win rate top laner in the game right now. He is exceptional at pushing turrets, and excited to see how Impact looks on him, because it is a different look for Team Liquid.
Certainly is, as Siva will be locked in for Team Liquid, which is not a big departure there for Doublelift, but seems to be one of the go-to marksmen given all the changes. Liquid also contemplating their next pick here. See if they do want to give a pick over to Jensen, or maybe just take a support while they still can before Phase 2 rolls around. Looks like a lot of...
I think that is where they have really reigned supreme. Even when they don't get big leads in the early stages, they always seem to be able to find that one fight that leads to Baron, and then the game just ends. And TSM, their team play is where they have been lacking. Playing a split push style with Jax, playing a late game comp with Kai'Sa, I think is a more complex way to play the game. And you know, that is maybe why we're seeing some of these early game proactive picks being banned out, like the Draven, the Aurelia, and this Callista.
Well, there's the Lee Sin we kind of expected from Xmithie, and Bjergsen decides on Zoe as his last pick here, a champion that has risen up and up in play.
Yeah, this is the 5th Lee Sin pick here for Xmithie, 5 out of 8 games. Pretty much you leave it up, he will play it. Very, very effective on this champion. Can certainly have a lot of early game impact, but also does seem to really find good angles in the mid game, starting those team fights, kicking in members, and see how effective he's going to be here.
Well, like you said, it's pretty standard stuff between the two sides. I have to feel that does favor Team Liquid, because every game right now favors Team Liquid. TSM, though, deciding to fight them head on. No surprises here, really, in the draft.
Well, I mean, I disagree. Jax is the first time it's getting picked. I mean, I think it's standard across the rest of the map, but top lane, first pick Yorick, as well as the Jax here for TSM. That is a different look for both these teams. Impact certainly has played carry champions, but it's rare to see TL playing a full-on split push style top laner. And I think a lot of the game really is going to come down to how effective these two guys can be in the top lane. Whoever gets the lead is going to have a monumental edge.
And as much as I am a fan of giving your newer players tanks, you know, especially given how strong a lot of them are in the current meta, Broken Blade is a player known for more of that carry style. If you're trying to get your newest member to the league and to your team acclimatized into your environment, especially early on, I think you just let him play his style and try and support him that way, and then he kind of pays it forward in the latter part of the season when you need him to play Sion every game.
No top laner wants to hear those words.
You know what? If Sion stays in the state he is, those are the words he'll have to hear. But today it is Jax, as you mentioned, it's the first time.
Doesn't have nearly as many graves, and as a result doesn't have as many tools.
JJ in onto Smoothie though, heal burnt there by Sven, gonna try and keep shooting him down. The Ignite onto Core this time around. Sven with the damage, flash play for Smoothie. Look at the hook, and that's first blood. TSM in the 2v2. Take down their new support.
So well done there by TSM. It's Core JJ who is going forward, but they just straight up turn it around on him. Dropping the straight in here, but the hook does hit. Wrapping around the minions there. It's the lasso skin on a cow. It's an unfair advantage from the start, but they do turn around with the Ignite, and then Smoothie finding the flash play. Sven flashing.
does get the stun down and will be able to hop out once the cage goes. Tech splash hit for CoreJJ, does get onto Sven though, and that's a great stun follow-up, and TL answer in kind as Doublelift takes down Sven.
That is twice today we have seen AD carries with their support roaming, getting caught out by the Alistar. Sven walks up, he had no summoners, you could... One taking away more buffs and now pressuring, but here they go.
The combo onto Smoothie, Silverall popped, here's Xmithy for the wraparound, is barely needed, does want to dive in for an assist, but Doublelift is able to claim the kill.
And now they can push up. Smithy didn't blow flash or ult. Sven is still flashless, so they could easily threaten a dive. They're actually just gonna have Smithy wrap around, and he's going for the blue buff now, but Sven is gonna have to respect the potential that he could be getting dope, and likely means he'll be missing even more.
Gonna actually find Xmithy. Now gets confirmation, but as you said, he's gonna 1v2, so can't do much. Acadian topside, ults in onto Impact. Broken Blade looking for the kill, he will grab it.
That pressure on top side paying dividends here for Acadian. He got the flashes last time around. Now his ultimate is up. That is a big wave at the turret with no TP on Impact, and if that Yorick is falling too far behind, it's going to get rough for him in that 1v1.
Here's Bjergsen able to roam over the battle for Vision Ward as CoreJJ initiates onto Acadian. Lantern is there, kickback's there, into the Syndra ulti. Acadian's still living for a little while longer. A good amount of heal, but not enough to save him. Jensen does grab it.
Yeah, nicely done there from Smithy and CoreJJ, the kick back. It's a lot of ultimates committed, but they get the kill. They're gonna grab the dragon here also, and feeling very, very good about that, as you say.
They're trying something, but Broken Blade's gonna jump Bjergsen here though. It's a 3v3. Cage is nice to kind of stop Acadian from really getting in there, and now Broken Blade maybe a little too far forward. Watch from Xmithy. There's Acadian and Bjerg flashing forward. They're trying to steal the kill as Acadian grabs the stun and does gift it over. Now Smoothie's here as well. Acadian just needs to line it up. He already burnt the ult, but a flash hook from Smoothie will miss onto Impact. The bubble misses as well. The Ignite is down. Impact juking around is finally failed by Bjergsen's auto.
Yeah, he dodged so much, but there's just no way out of that without the flash. He can't get over the wall, and TSM come up.
Drowsy onto Xmithy. Don't want your jungler falling asleep before the objective. He'll dive in onto Xmithy, and he explodes to Acadian.
Really nicely done. They get the kill on Smithy and the cleanse off of Jensen, the heal off of Doublelift. No way they can even try to challenge.
Games. A TSM the team to knock them off their roost as Sven is once again a
so.
little too far forward. Cool, good flash. Xmithy they're going to kick him back, and no flash will save you.
Straight into the bounce house there, gets knocked around by the lead. Focus on actually killing off the ultimate, which is most of the combat power of Yorick. You need to actually focus that down, so he's going aggressively forward with his Counter-Strike and actually just targeting that ult.
Oh, Xmithy falling asleep at the wheel. Acadian with the ulti, he's going to land the stun, they'll jump in, they'll get another pick off here. And now CoreJJ's caught out, he doesn't have his ulti, he's going to get CC'd up forever as TSM find pick after pick.
TSM are just taking full control of this game now. No way they're able to contest against Broken Blade on this side of the map. He now even has a red buff. They're going to knock down yet another tower here. And I don't know if TL is going to be able to hang on in this one. This is by far the worst they have looked in a game. This is the first time they really feel like they're on the precipice of losing a game. And here it is one more time. CoreJJ sneaking in, and watch how fast Sven was on the reaction. CoreJJ comes right out. That was a flash, immediately answering the one from CoreJJ, but Smithy is behind him, so no way out. And then on the other side of the map, back to the mid lane, Bjergsen going in, nails the bubble onto Jensen there, and then the hook easily follows it up. There's no way out of this one. Jensen almost getting the counter kill back onto Smoothie, but not quite having enough, and then down on the bot side again. You're trying to fight in an area that it makes really no sense. This is Impact with no ultimate up on Yorick here. That was already killed off previously before this play. You know that Broken Blade alone is massively stronger than your team. Your mid lane have to try to come and answer some of these waves. And Broken Blade is not showing right now. We don't know if he's going for the inhibitor until just now.
Yeah, we can see that. I think Team Liquid now get the info, but TSM just dancing around this Baron, using Broken Blade's advantage. Again, TSM don't need to do anything when this is happening under the turret. Broken Blade onto Impact, looking for the 1v1 solo dolo! Easy! So easy for Broken Blade.
Just absolutely destroyed. I'm not even sure why Impact walked back towards him there at all. No chance of winning that. Now they're TPing in for Bear, and they are going to commit to it.
TSM, they do want this 4v5 for a while. Xmithy's far away, and this Baron is dying awfully quickly. In fact, it's not even close enough for Xmithy to think about a steal.
And that is The big difference maker, Broken Blade, gets the solo kill. TP straight over to Baron, no hesitation, and secures them that objective. And now it is a Jax who can do that to your Yorick. As we watch this one more time, the E gets missed. He's stacking up the passive, so it's fully stacked straight in onto Impact. He even missed his Counter-Strike there, actually, but Impact turned around, maybe thinking he could actually fight back a little bit. With tons of farm, 3 kills, he can't even attack anyone.
Smithy also just ties to Acadian there, maybe a little too far forward and gets CC'd to death. Maiden out here for the Yorick as TL try to fight back, but that gives Broken Blade free time there in mid lane as he's now bashing down the turret. TSM will claim the bot inhib, which they didn't even bother to kill. So here's Acadian looking for the flank. There's the ult from Sivir, Doublelift. I mean, what can Team Liquid really do? All out of options here as Broken Blade TP's in to try and end the game. Hook's gonna miss, but Smithy gets tagged. Gordo Day on the front side. There's Bjorkson on a killing spree. Ben charges in, takes down Smithy. And TSM running all over Team Liquid.
That's gonna do it. Broken Blade looking for another solo kill on Impact.
And again, they'll just finish them off while they can. Broken Blade wants Impact before he can take down the turret. Flash forward towards the fountain, doesn't quite go all the way in. But Broken Blade, what a stellar performance as he polishes off everything left in TL's base. Jensen falls, the Nexus will die, and TSM will finally slay Liquid.
The first loss of the season for Team Liquid, falling to 7-1. And this is the TSM that their fans were waiting for. This is the resurgence that could spring this team to the top of the standings, looking so good here against Team Liquid. Team Liquid trying a different style, trying to commit to this split push. They blind picked the Yorick, and they are so heavily punished for it. Really strong performance from Acadian and Broken Blade getting that going. Bjergsen solo winning his lane. 2v2 kill in the bot side for Sven and Smoothie. This was TL looking outclassed in a game for the first time this whole season.
Yep. Finally, a 1 in the loss column for Team Liquid as TSM. Actually with a 2-0 weekend, I believe. It looked kind of rocky yesterday, but they did manage to pull out the game in here.